So please join me in welcoming our champion of hope, our Senator Judith Schwank.
Good evening, everyone, and certainly thank you, Doug. Those are very kind words. I hope to live up to them, quite frankly. Well, it's a bitter cold night, and these seats are filled in this auditorium. Pretty amazing. The indication of how this issue has touched our community, the interest of people, whether you're a parent who is in the throes of facing this problem with a family member, or you yourself are facing it, or you're just an interested community member. This is a place to be. This is going to be a place to learn. And I've discovered that every time I go to a forum of this kind, and I make myself available to go anywhere if I possibly can, to learn more about the problems of heroin addiction and how it's not just impacting Pennsylvania, but our nation as a whole, I learned something. I learned something new, and I learned something about how we can be better at responding to this as we go forward. But I'd only say this to you, is that one of the things that I've learned is that this didn't happen overnight, did it? This is something that has been evolving over a number of years. The face of addiction has changed. The individuals who might necessarily be engaged in addiction has changed. We always thought of it as an urban problem, right? Well, it's more of a suburban and rural problem than anything. And if you look at the demographics, the biggest user group right now is young, 18 to 25-year-old white women. And as this has changed, certainly, the demographics have changed, the potency of the drugs that are available, the way that we're starting to deal with it, and that's where the hope part comes in. That now that we recognize that this is a problem that has been evolving, that it's one that we need to face directly, we also recognize that we have to do this as a community. We have to do this in a unified approach. And that's why, Doug, to you and the folks at Karen who have made the effort to organize HOPE, I want to thank you for doing that. It's so important. What I hope comes out of this is not just a series of meetings, but really a unified approach to the way we deal with this, involving, not only the treatment facilities and the healthcare professionals, but those in the criminal justice system, those in the education system, people who are facing this, because if anything I've learned is the best story is the one that you hear from the person who's lived this. And so this is a good start to what I think we need to be doing in Berks County, and I'm hopeful that you'll take it forward and keep going with it. We've got a really great program put together tonight for you. Not only do we have experts from the state as well as from county government, we have a family who has also experienced this and can tell a story that, for those of you that are dealing with this now, I think you'll find very, very compelling. But let's get started, and let me say this. If you've got a cell phone, would you please, turn it off or put it on silence if you can. I want you to know that those resource tables that are out there will be out there after the meeting. What will be really good about this meeting, which I think is a good format, is nobody has to stand up and spill their guts, so to speak, about what may be a personal issue that you'd rather talk about to an expert in a more private kind of forum. You can go to those tables and do that. You certainly can stand up too and talk about it. That's part of it as well. But I think this is a very good way to handle that. So let me begin by introducing our first speaker. As I said to you, we have a mother and father who will talk about the issue that they have faced. And that's Michelle and Pete Gettle. They're going to share their journey of embracing recovery as a family. They'll share their story of hope and how their family was impacted by their son Nick's addiction to painkillers that progressed to heroin. They're a local family, so this is not somebody from far away. And their experience, because they are local, is one that I think will resonate with you. So Michelle and Pete, if you can come forward, please. Thank you.